Hello, James here. At Phil's house. He's having his gathering today, and we thought that we'd give our opinions on the hate crime that happened last week. Um, yeah, I feel it was pretty awful. Matthew, I heard you talk about it earlier, so what would you think you'd like to say?
I think it was outrageous. I think that the white supremacy should be hate crime. It's horrible. It's all infested in this country because of Trump, and that Biden isn't doing anything. And that he came, spoke a few words, didn't even comfort the black community. He just spoke and just left. We need a change now. We can't just say, oh, we pray. We need change now, so this never happens again.
Okay, Steve, I know that you were also in favor of this video, so you want to say anything?
Yes, I think it's very outrageous that something like that happens in a broad daylight in the middle of an American city. I think that there are too many assholes out there that, excuse my French, that are carrying guns and shooting at people, and that should be addressed. I think that there's also lots of hate in this country, and it's also something that, I wish Biden had spoken about it, but he's too busy going to Korea and supporting Ukraine and stuff. But that's a different issue than addressing what's going on with the American people. But I think that New York State should reinstitute the death penalty, and he should be executed like Timothy McVeigh.
Okay, you guys can't see this, but Matthew's nodding in agreement to that. You want to say anything, Corey?
Yeah, it was definitely a terrible thing. I don't know why people feel the way they do in this regard. I just don't understand it, and wish I could say, wish I thought of something better to say. I guess that's it. I wish I had more, but maybe I'll think of something later.
All right. Yeah.
Jerry?
All I can say is that this did not have to happen.
What?
I mean, you got some people, sick people in this world that it sounds like he's a white supremacist, and to shoot up a store, I mean, it's just unthinkable. Something needs to be done, and I agree that although we don't have a death penalty, there needs to be a death penalty.
Yep.
Yep.
Capital punishment. It's the only way to pay for the crime of the extremists.
Yep.
That's all I really have to say.
I think the police actually, from what I read, the police have known about him for at least the last year or two and haven't done anything.
The FBI knew,
FBI.
and they didn't do a damn thing. So I don't trust the FBI anymore.
Anymore.
Well, I don't trust the FBI ever. So
Oh, do you guys want to say something, really? Okay.
That it was very terrible and shouldn't let people have guns.
I think that people should have like background checks for guns. If you screwed loose, you shouldn't be owning any guns or getting 6 feet from one. Let alone if the cops and the FBI know that you crazy, batshit crazy. You're not supposed to.
Exactly.
You should be monitored like a terrorist and get arrested as soon as they do. It should have been avoided. It could have been avoided. It wasn't. It's a big
I blame the FBI for not stepping forward.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel bad for all the innocent black people out there.
Oh, yeah.
For
Me
sure.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phil, what do you have to say about the massacre that took place unnecessarily last week at the Tops?
Yeah, just another example of murder porn that pervades our news. It's like it just doesn't stop. There's there just seems to be a attempt to shoot down those less fortunate.
I think the American society has been increasingly polarized over the last 30 years. I mean, since I mean, I don't remember like during the Reagan era there was such a conflict, but in the 90s it's to be like the Democrats versus Republicans, and then after 9/11 and the financial crisis and COVID, and now you see like Democrats and Republicans hate each other, and now you got the centrist Democrats versus the leftist ones, and rhino Republicans, what's called like conservatives, Republican in name only, versus the Trump's America First ones, and they got lots of hate going around. I see it on social media, like Twitter, and people just hate each other because they disagree with each other politically, and when it comes to races joining the equation, it becomes explosive.
But racism has been in this country for over 400 years.
It's founded on racism. I mean, the first
Exactly.
colonists that massacred the Indians with giving them smallpox blankets,
In
and then the
Detroit.
slavery, importing black people from Africa for slavery, and then there was discrimination against Jews, Italians, Irish, German, Poles, every ethnicity, every
Disabled
nationality.
people.
Irish need not apply. That this country is based on racism, was founded on racism, and I don't know why. And now the ruling elite, like the establishment, they're trying to pit each other, people up against each other, so they can make more money, like become billionaires. Like private equity firms. I just read an article that private equity firms have been making trillions of dollars and destroying tens of billions of millions of Americans in the process.
The Democrats and the Republicans are the same party.
Yes, they are.
They don't give a crap about the American people.
I've
Yeah.
always said it's the parties that are the problem, not the people in them.
Exactly.
They got $44 billion to give to Ukraine with no accountability. I mean, I agree with Rand and Paul about it. Have some accountability on that. But every time someone wants to have like New York State, like I got health care for my work. I don't need it. But I'm thinking about fellow New Yorkers that don't have access. And when someone like Bernie Sanders or someone else, I don't care left or right, wants to say have all Americans like Medicare for all or stuff like that, or single payer like Sweden or Canada, and have $3 billion, people object to it. On one hand, when someone says let's build a border to keep Mexicans out, they got $7 billion, they object to it. So both the left and the right obstruct each other, but then they got the foreign policy, like they give Ukraine $44 billion, there's no strings attached. But you see the stock market.
Even Bernie Sanders agreed with it.
Yeah.
They give $40 billion to Ukraine. It
It's-
sickens me.
It's the neocon globalists, and I'm gonna say the only ones I follow on Twitter are people like Max Blumenthal, Mike Cernovich, Jack Posoviec, Glenn Greenwald, and people like that, and Michael Tracy, and people like that are don't agree with the uniparty collusion of neocon globalists, neoliberal and neocons that have been controlling the establishment. Some people refer to them as the Illuminati. I don't think. I mean, I look at it jokingly, but there is something like a cabal here that they say about the 1% that controls the whatever you call it. Maybe it's Joe Soros that controls stuff. I don't know, but I think both Democrats and Republicans are the same side of the coin, and we have to
Horseshoe
let,
theory.
yeah,
what
we
it's
have to
called.
let the American people decide. We the people. I don't think we the people have the right to vote. If a friend of mine asked me why I don't vote anymore, I told him because regardless what I vote, I get corporations. And when you get the Democrats, let's say you're a Democrat and you want to have a change, and you get Biden in, you got someone like Manchin and Sinema that don't understand mathematics, and you got a filibuster, and 51 out of 60, the bill cannot pass. So you can't change anything. Corporations own the.
We voted in a president that has Alzheimer's. Can't even think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Gutfeld said, the man gets lost from the toilet bowl to the sink.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. I recommend everyone to go on Twitter and read Glenn Greenwald's tweets and You know, it's not no left or right. He represents the American people, and someone like Mike Cernovich and Jack Posobiec, and you understand what millions of and tens of millions of Americans agree with us on this point, that the two parties are broke and they cannot prevent hate. It's actually the government is ungovernable, that you cannot pass a bill because everybody filibusters. If it's not a democracy, you don't have it in Germany, you don't have it in Israel, you don't have it in England, majority rule. So we're lecturing Russia about being totalitarian, but we cannot have our own American people rise up to the politically to the elites and have our voices heard.
Yeah. What was Greenwald's first name?
Glenn.
Glenn.
It's G Greenwald on Twitter. That's the handle.
All right, I'll look that up later.
That's a journalist that helped Snowden save. Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
that name sounded
like him.
familiar.
Yeah, exactly. Snowden, my hero.
And
Yep.
Assange's too.
Yeah.
Julian, what was his name?
Assange.
Assad, yeah, they're trying to.
Yeah.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah,
So
they're
I do
trying
hope
to.
the families of the victims are doing okay. Yeah, just thought I should also get that out there. Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, I mentioned that hope that the families of the
sure.
victims. Are
Oh,
yeah.
families of the victims. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we wish condolences to the families of the
Yes.
atrocious
Yeah,
crime,
exactly.
outrageous, atrocious crime that should not have happened. We all stand in solidarity with them. I mean, stuff like that should not have happened in American city. We're not Ukraine. We're the United States. We should be the beacon of democracy. We should monitor crazy individuals, and we think that everyone in its nation should, as probably are, standing up. And I actually read that the security guard, he's a hero. He stood up to the shooter, and so the salute to the security guard.
The guy who got killed.
No, the guy that the top security guard.
Okay.
He was preventing more murder.
Well, he actually was supposed to have been killed.
The guard, yeah, I think he did. I think he was a Navy or Marine. I'm not sure.
No, he was an ex-BBT officer.
Oh, okay. So he's a hero, and that's how he should be regarded by the American people. And Biden should have given him like the medal for that.
Yep.
Yeah, quite a few things should have happened. Like no one ever pardoned Snowden.
Exactly. Or Assange.
Yeah.
Assange has never set foot on the U.S. Soil, and they're trying to extradite him based on what? What has he committed?
But telling the truth.
Yeah, First Amendment right for a non-U.S. citizen guy living in Australian person living in Europe and the United Kingdom, and they're trying to extradite to the U.S. based on what law? What is he's done wrong? Nothing. He exposed Hillary Clinton. That's what basically what happened. And what I read saw on CNN, it's actually the Republicans hate CNN and the Democrats love CNN. I saw even on CNN it said that Clinton was manipulating it against Trump, just like what she had done against Bernie Sanders. So she's an evil person, and should go to prison.
Evil.
We gotta get the word evil out of politics.
Yeah, they're all evil.
Yeah, I guess you could say, yeah, because only those who want the job bad enough are the ones who go after those jobs. So it's no coincidence that.
Which to this day, I will never understand why anyone wants that job.
Oh God, no.
The
Money
President
and
of the
power.
United States, no thank you.
Money and power. That's
It's
all.
not worth it.
No.
More
it's
money,
fine.
more problems. As the
Not for
notorious
me, but
BIG
some
would
people
say.
have
Well,
an ego problem.
Yeah.
I wouldn't survive one day.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's all for this video. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that should be all. Yeah. So, yep.
Oh, we got a good dosage of stuff like that.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, I was amazed. I say
Yeah.
I thought
Wasn't
about
my
it.
idea to get,
Go ahead, just finish.
yeah, it wasn't
I
my idea to get my
video
get
came out
politics
to
in
30,
here, but okay.
15 minutes.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting heading on 15 minutes. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I was amazed. First she was trying to she sabotaged Bernie Sanders, and then she went after Trump. what evil can you be to want power so much? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I despise Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Me too.
I would have voted for this table if if Hillary Clinton ran against this table. I would have voted for this table against her.
I would have
Yeah,
voted
a lot of
for my
people would.
cat.
Yeah. Yep.
Except she
Yeah, I
wasn't
think a
born
lot
yet.
of people have that attitude. Yep. Yeah.